The focus is on a good 36 non-governmental organizations, the so-called NGOs, and 20 individuals from the environment. Not just any, but internationally renowned human rights organizations, think tanks, and investigative journalists who have researched major corruption cases in Serbia. The Ministry of Finance has asked all banks in Serbia to provide their account information. Not only account balances and names of the authorized persons, but also all financial transactions with full details of the sender and recipient. In fact, the anti-money laundering regulations give the Ministry of Finance the power to request this information from the banks. But the law says that such a procedure can be opened if there is a suspicion that money is being laundered to finance terrorism, so it needs an initial suspicion. Since this obviously does not exist, the NGOs have sounded the alarm. The action is aimed specifically against associations that criticize President Alexander Vučić and his abuse of power. It is about intimidating those who think differently, a procedure that is already known from Russia and Hungary. Government critics pointed out that Serbia had been on the international blacklist for money laundering until last year. Now the Finance Ministry's money laundering office is finally getting active. But they do not investigate where there are clear indications of money laundering, but against unpopular organizations. The critics also recalled that Finance Minister Sinisa Mali himself was suspected of money laundering not so long ago, that the goat had turned into a gardener, so to speak. The EU and the US share the concerns of the NGOs. Both embassies in Belgrade have issued warning statements. The freedom of the NGOs must be respected. President Vučić then went public in person and said that there was no intention at all to discriminate against any organization. The investigations are pure routine. One would think that Vučić shouldn't have to worry about his almost limitless power in Serbia. There has been no opposition to him at all in parliament since the election a month ago. But the president has been looking nervous lately. He only brought the protests of several days against his back and forth in the corona policy to a standstill by sending out violent provocateurs and then intervening with excessive police violence. Now he has evidently considered it necessary to intimidate and discredit critical NGOs. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!